babies, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Virgo Garden. If you don't know, now you know. Anything you need to know about little old me will be down below in the description box. You do not have to be a Virgo to watch this video. Hi my babies, hi. I hope everyone's doing well and swell, y'all. Let's go ahead and get through these quick announcements. So we go ahead and get into this Sunday in Mimosa. Quick announcements. Do not forget, until the end of October, I am taking What's Blocking Me readings, so you know what's blocking you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into Sunday in Mimosas episode 39, okay? Why it's important to set boundaries. Now, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, and I think I do know why, I'm a little nervous to do this one. And I guess because I've told y'all about this person in the past, and now I have to come back and say, well, this is how this shit turned out. Okay? And it's a little triggering too. I'm not gonna lie. This one is a little triggering as well. A lot of them are, but yeah. So here we go. Why it's important to set boundaries. And I feel like this is the perfect time for me to do this because it is the solar eclipse. So definitely time to let this shit go. So we will be speaking about me and someone we're gonna call Virgo Man. Okay? Now, y'all have heard me speak about Virgo Man before. Virgo Man was the one back in 2020, 2021. I started going on dates with very frequently. Like, it was like a weekly thing. We would go on dates. So, apparently, I must be, a little naive when it comes to dating. Okay? Because if we're dating, I feel like that just means that's just what it is. We just go out on dates. That's what it is. If I don't speak to you outside of that for real, then no, we're not talking. We're not headed towards a relationship. You just take me out on dates. That's just what it is. Okay? I mean, that's just what it is. So, I met Virgo Man when I was doing my community service back in 2010. Yeah, 2010. I got convicted February 19th, 2010. And I started my community service, I want to say March 2010. I got sentenced to 150 hours community service. And because of my charges, because they was just going to have me do, highway cleanup, but then I have to be managed by the police. And they were nice enough, surprisingly. They was like, well, because of your charges, we figured you'd probably be uncomfortable around the police, so we're going to put you at this little community service spot that we have. So the spot that I was working at, it is a religious community center. It's for homeless people. So the homeless people, not just homeless people, but people in need. So the homeless people come there and they can eat lunch and breakfast there Monday through Friday. They can also, they have a thrift shop, so they can go in there and get clothes and stuff. But also, if you're needy, you can go and get clothes, for like 50 cents, $1 and whatnot. House supplies and stuff. But it's all used stuff. But still. And also, if you're also in need, they do groceries. So they had a food pantry. So what I had to do, well, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. Okay, let me slow down a little bit. Okay. So, I got sentenced to, like I said, 150 hours community service. And when I started working there, I hated it. Oh, y'all, I hated it. Because you think, 150 hours, that ain't that bad. Because people be getting 1,000 hours and this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. 150 divided by 8, okay? And you in school full time? And what if I was working a job at the point in time? Good God, all right? So the reason why I was trying to hurry up and get my community service over with, I was working that shit like it was a job, okay? I was trying to get that shit over with because I was still on probation until I completed my community service. Then I would be on good behavior until February 19th, 2011. And as long as I didn't get in trouble, I would not have to serve my 2 years. So Shorty was trying to go ahead and get the fuck up off probation because she was trying to smoke, okay? I almost got caught, so I was trying to smoke. So I was like, let me hurry up and get this shit done. So, when I first started there, they actually had me working in the front. And the front part is, because it's two sides to the building. So the left side, well, technically the right side of the building is where you go in the thrift store and you tell them if you need groceries, and then they have a whole appointment with you and this, that, and the third. And then you could walk through to the back. And the back is where they store the food, where they pack the groceries. It's the supply room. And that's on the left side of the building. And there's also a warehouse door that lifts up like a garage door. So, hold on, y'all, I'm confusing it. Okay, that was the right side of the building. If you're facing it, that's the right side of the building. On the left side of the building, when you go through the door, that's the kitchen for the homeless people. And that's just for the homeless people. They just go in there, they eat, they go back out. So, it's the kitchen part. But the kitchen part is connected, like the entire back is connected to the entire building. So you can go through the back and you go through the kitchen part, or you go through the back and you go through the office, which leads to the thrift shop. Just so you know, okay? So, and when I first started there, I was working in the front. I was bored out my damn mind. Okay, I was bored out my damn mind. I never seen dust bunnies before. My grandmother kept a clean house. Okay, we cleaned every fucking Saturday of my entire childhood. I never seen dust bunnies before. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was just boring. Like, the lady that worked in the front, like, she was one of them manipulative, conniving people. Like, she act real sweet when she meets you at first, but then it's like later on, it's like when you do something she don't like, she start doing evil shit towards you. So I was definitely trying to get moved. So they was like, Nina, we can move you to the back because there's not much work for you doing the front. Plus, she was trying to get rid of me anyway. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Move me to the back. So when they moved me to the back, it was like, all right, well, back here, you know, you're responsible for cleaning the kitchen. You know, when, like, places like grocery stores, like Food Lion and stuff, they would come and drop off day or two old expired stuff that won't really expire. But, you know, people ain't gonna buy it if it got the expired date on there. So they drop it off there. Churches drop off food that they cooked or stuff that, you know, they're not using there. So it was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it won't bad, y'all. It won't bad. Also, I think I forgot to mention, not only was this a religious owned, what do they call it, y'all? I don't want to say company, but company. They're also Catholic. I grew up Catholic. So I already know what the fuck, okay? I already know what fuck time they on, alright? So, I get moved to the back. I ain't gonna lie. The back was way more lit than the front, though. Like, the back was way more lit than the front. It was always something to do. I'm the type of person, I don't mind working. Just give me something to do to last my time here, so I ain't thinking about the damn time, okay? I don't mind busting my ass and working hard. But just even though I won't get paid, I still busted my ass like I was working at a job. It's the Virgo in me, okay? So they moved me back there and they showed me, you know, the big refrigerators and stuff where they stack everything up. And I'm looking in there's pizza boxes from Pizza Hut. I'm like, boy, y'all lit back here. Y'all got Pizza Hut and shit. So they showed me how to pack people groceries. And when I say in the first day, I became so good at that shit, it was ridiculous. I became so good at all the jobs in the back. They started giving me extra jobs, and they started having me train the people coming in for community service. They're like, yeah, Nina's going to train you. I'm like, okay, y'all, like, this a real job. Okay, y'all had to like, this shit a real job. So, Virgo man, he worked in the back. He's actually the manager of the back. He ran the back. So my first day in the back, I had like did all my work for the point in time, and it was like, you can take a break, you know, every once in a while. You don't have to keep working me. And I was like, oh. They were like, yeah, you can go back there if you smoke. So they lift up the garage door so you can smoke and stuff. And it's a lot of people that smoke up in there, okay? So I was back there smoking a cigarette, and here comes Virgo man. Now, mind you, at the point in time, I was 19, 20, 19. 19. I was 19 going on 20. He was fresh in his 40s, okay? So we talking about 20 something. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. 20-something years on me, yeah. Okay, he in his 50s now. So, he was fresh in his 40s. Now, unless I really tell you my age, you gonna be sitting there fucking guessing. Cause you gonna be looking at my face and you be like, okay, well, she look kind of young. But then my mentality and how I speak and how I carry myself, I seem way older than what I am. So he did not pick up on how young I was. So we about there smoking a cigarette. He asking me my name and asking me all the little questions and stuff. By the way, he fine as hell. Okay? Fine as hell. Alright? He's a Virgo. Okay, but no man. So he asked me all the little questions and stuff. And he finally asked me, how old are you? And I was like, 19. This man said, oh, hell no. Nah. And he threw his cigarette and walked back in. I didn't know he was in his 40s. I didn't even know the man was trying to holler at me. But I was just so tickled. And I lied to y'all not. The whole time I was there, he made community service fucking fun for me. We was always laughing. We was always joking. We always had like something we was building on as far as conversation. Like he made it so much better. He made that shit lit. Like we would talk about religion, just life in general. He just made it easier for me. And I seriously appreciate him for that, cause who the fuck wants to be at community service, okay? So, he realized, like, after a little while I was back there, that I was actually a really hard worker and he could depend on me. So, like I told y'all, I started training the people coming in for community service, because he was like, Nina, I ain't got time for this shit. I got shit to do. Show them what to do. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. So, he also had this broom, okay, that no one was allowed to touch. And I'm trying to tell you, y'all know how Virgos is when you touch our shit, okay? No one was allowed to touch this broom. It was the best broom in the entire building, and that's why he didn't want nobody to touch it. Because all the other brooms, they weren't that good, I'm not gonna lie. That was the best broom in the entire building. So, no one was allowed to touch this broom. He named the broom. Okay? The broom had a name. The broom's name was Blue because it was blue. And it was a girl. Yes, it had a name and a gender. A broom did. Yes, it did. Okay? Yes, it did. And he actually started letting me use Blue. And the people that worked there, including the community service people and like the people that worked in, like the office and in the front, they started paying attention more. Because they're like, why do you have a broom that he will snap anybody else's neck off for? And you get to use it? So they was looking at us sideways like, what is going on there? And like I told y'all, it was a Catholic ran company. So they was very strict. Okay, they weren't playing no horse games. They was very strict. They tried, the people that like me that showed up, did what we supposed to do. They tried to work with us. They tried not to be too hard on us. But you get to acting lazy and this, that, and the your ass was up out of there. But they won't playing with anybody playing with their company name though. Okay? That's something they was not playing with. So later on down the line, like through our conversation, I found out I actually went to school with two of his nieces that he's very, very close to. Now one of them, me and her were the same age. Like we had like elementary classes together and stuff. That's my boo. Straight sweetheart. That other one though, that other one. And that other one I don't like, she's a Virgo. I said, Lord. I said, that's your niece. Okay? That's your niece. He like, don't say nothing about her and da-da-da-da. I go to war for my nieces. Fuck you and your niece. Okay? Shit. Anyway, but I had to throw that in there. So that made him feel a little weird. Because he was like, damn, you fine as hell. I love the conversation. I'm trying to holler at you. But you went to school with my nieces. But then it got to a point he didn't give a fuck, okay? So, like I told y'all, he had this broom that he named Blue. And no one else was allowed to touch Blue. So one day, I don't even know how, my ex-fiance was going through my Facebook. Which at that point in time, y'all find out later on why, that was actually a normal thing. Like, basically, weekly, he would go through my Facebook messages and like, just check to see if niggas trying to holler at me and this, that, and the third. Insecure ass little boy shit. Okay, I said insecure ass little boy shit. He is the only relationship I was ever in, well, other than the one after him. But I only did it one time with the one after him. But he was the only relationship I was ever in where I went through people's phone. Like my grandma told me, I was like, Grandma, I keep going through his phone, I keep finding stuff. She said, well, baby, you go looking for it, you gonna find it. Okay? That's why I don't go through people's phone. Because my intuition tell me something is off, and I feel like I need to go through your phone. I need to get rid of your ass. Period. Because I'm too grown to be going through people's phones now. But he had access to my Facebook. Okay? This is abuse, by the way. I don't want nobody young listening to me, or older, or my age. Listen, I don't want nobody listening to me, male or female, that think it is okay for your significant other to run your shit to see if you cheating. Now, I was just like, oh, babe, let me see your phone for this, or, let me see your phone for that, or, I want to send that picture. That's fine. That's normal. But let me see your phone so I could run it? Oh, no. That is toxic, baby. And if you feel like you got to run somebody's phone to see if you could trust them or not, you need to leave them. Okay? You need to leave them. So, he was in my Facebook. Okay? And, well, apparently Granny's words flipped on him that day. He went looking for something, and he was looking so hard that anything was something to him. Alright? He seen the message that Virgo man sent me. And Virgo man started calling me Blue. Now, my ex-fiance knew about the broom. Because I used to tell him everything. Dumbass shit. But yeah, I used to tell him everything. Ex-fiance knew about the broom. Oh, that nigga got to snap it on me. You fucking lying ass bitch. And da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, what did I do now? Ain't nothing in there. What did I do? Not even knowing he seen the message. And he was like, you lied to me. You lied to me. You told me the broom name was Blue. And he calling you Blue? Y'all got some little secret thing going? I'm trying to tell y'all. I was like, oh my God. Then I know he looking at the picture of him. He's an older man. He's more established in life. Like, I know he was like, yo. When I say insecurities to the max, oh, that relationship was so stressful, bro. So I got snapped on because he started calling me Blue. And that's just what he started calling me. Like, it had nothing to do with sexual or anything of that sort. It's just, he called me Blue. That just became my nickname. Which was my nickname before I actually met that man, because me and Cece, we used to call each other Red and Blue. I was blue, she was red. Like, anyways, y'all, gracious. Okay, you understand just the nonsense I've been through with my ex-fiance. So, also, like I said, they had a storage, section in the back. Because people were always donating to them, different companies, different churches. And then, of course, you get a tax write-off. So, that's why these different companies be donating to them. They get tax write-offs. So, Baby Ruth, right? I don't know what the hell happened, Baby Ruth. If you listening, I'm going to need for y'all to bring this shit back. They had this candy bar out for a limited time, and they discontinued that shit. Now, I heard every once in a while it pops up in stores, but as far as I know, they discontinued that shit. I only seen it in the store one time, but they sent boxes and boxes and boxes to my community service. And when I say Shorty Doo-Wop was hitting the hell out of them boxes, boy, I was fucking them boxes up. It was Baby Ruth Crisp. That is the name of the candy bar. When I say, if they would have kept that Baby Ruth Crisp on the shelf, Snickers, y'all would have had a run for y'all damn money. Oh, y'all would have had a run for y'all damn money. That was one of the best candy bars ever. And Virgo man told me, he was like, yeah, Blue, you could take, some candy bars home with you or whatever. Or when you hungry, go back there and get you a candy bar. I lied to y'all not. I think it was a week and a half later, because I took some home, and my grandma was like, ooh, these taste good. And my mom was like, ooh, these taste good. Bring some more home. So I was, going back there before I go home, getting a handful for me, a handful for grandma, a handful for mama. And the next thing I know, about a week and a half later, I done ran through about 2 boxes worth of candy bars. I was like, shit. But I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't think nobody was going to notice. Oh, he came looking for me. He said, Blue, I told you take some candy bars. You done ate about 2-3 boxes. I'm like, okay, and he said, we have to do inventory. I was like, oh shit, my bad. So that was another thing that happened. But he was always looking out for me. So he didn't snitch on me, because I would have got in trouble. But he didn't snitch on me. I ain't know I wasn't supposed to be eating them damn candy bars like that. Shit, Baby Ruth, don't be putting crack in your product, alright? So another thing that happened. So there's a a guy that's over him, of course, that manages him. And what did I nickname him? We're going to call him Saint Nick, okay? Because I don't want to be putting his name out there. So we're going to call him Saint Nick. And Saint Nick is, well, he kind of looked like Santa Claus, okay? He is a white Jewish guy. And he's a Virgo. That's the crazy shit. He's a Virgo, too. I remember we was all sitting back there talking one day, and we found out we were all Virgos. We was like, oh, shit, shut up. Y'all know how Virgos are when we run into each other. So we had visitors this particular day. And by this point in time, I had 3-4 people working up under me. I was the damn manager of the community service people at this point, y'all. So I was walking through the building like I owned that shit. And I remember just a whole bunch of people in the back. And I'm like, I'm super duper uncomfortable. They're like, Nina, just stay out their way. I was like, okay, I'll try. I hope they don't get in mind, though. All right. Like, I got to take people groceries out and clean the kitchen and this, that, and the third. Nobody got time for this. And when I said it was deep in there, they was deep. It was like 10, 15, 20 of them. They were deep. They were Mormons, by the way. Now, at that point in time, I was 19. I ain't know nothing about no Mormons for real. Okay, I still don't. To be quite honest with you, I never really looked into the culture. No offense to anyone. Okay, I just never had an urge to. So I was like, why they so mean for? Cause I just couldn't understand. I'm saying hi to everybody. Hi, how you doing? Or, good morning. Well, at that point in time, I was saying, seize the day. That's what I was saying at that point in time. I wasn't saying good morning. I was saying seize the day. And like, they didn't want to speak to me. Rolling their eyes, acting like I was a disease. I was completely confused. Okay, they were all white, by the way. I was completely confused. So I pulled Virgo Man to the side on the warehouse part of the back. And I was like, why the fuck they acting stuck up like this for? They act like they don't want to speak. They act like I got a disease or something. They can't come near me. He said, oh, you ain't know? I said, what? He said, they're Mormon. They don't like black people. I said, what? I said, you got me back here with a whole bunch of racist people. Bro, I was so irritated. I was like, are you serious? Because I'm black and they in my shit. Okay? They in my shit. They came to volunteer. That's what it was. He was like, yeah. He was like, just stay out their way. I'm like, well, they in my damn way. Shit. Okay, tell them go up front and help the lady in the front get out my damn way. Because when I say they was deep, they was back there picking through stuff, everything. I'm like, these people is worse, bro. So Saint Nick sees us talking and stuff, and we laughing. And he was like, what y'all always talking about? And he was like, Nina didn't know they were Mormons and stuff. And he was like, I was telling her, they don't like black people. And I'm looking at him in shock. I'm like, okay, now we're both black. We have this conversation between ourselves. Why are you telling a white man this? Like, I was so confused as a teenager. I was so confused because where I come from, we didn't have those type of conversations in front of mixed cultures, other cultures. And Saint Nick looked right at us and said, well, they don't like me either. And we was like, what? Why not? He was like, I'm Jewish. And Virgo Man was like, oh, you killed Christ. And I just always remember that memory because we all busted out laughing. So we was all in there like, they don't like none of us. Shit. Okay, we just gonna stay out their way. And that is part of what I really, really loved about this man. He was always teaching me something. He was always expanding my mind. He was always challenging me. We was always having a debate about a certain topic and stuff. And like, it was just a vibe with us, okay? It was just a vibe. So one more community service story. So one day, we didn't have no visitors this particular day. Well, I got 2 more community service stories. We didn't have no particular visitors this particular day. And everybody, because I was just working so hard, I didn't even go eat lunch. Because everybody that worked there, we would eat after all the homeless people ate. We would eat what was left over. So everybody kept walking past me talking about this soup. This soup is so good. Oh, this is some of the best soup I ever had in my life. Oh, the soup is so filling and tasty and this, that, and the third. I'm like, what the fuck y'all tripping over soup for, bro? It's just soup. Y'all ain't never had soup before. The fuck? So I'm like, what is so special about this soup? I mean, even the homeless people, when I'm taking the people groceries out to their car, the homeless people outside, they talking about the soup. The people in the front talking about the soup. The people in the office talk. Everybody in the building, round the building, talking about this soup. And they're like, Nina, did you eat lunch yet? I was like, no. They're like, Nina, you have to eat lunch. You have to take a break. I was like, okay, I'm about to go eat. So before I even, get all the way in the kitchen and wash my hands and stuff, and I just so happened to look, like I could smell the soup. And I was like, that shit smell familiar. And I just so happened to look. And I was like, let me see that soup. And he opened up the top. As soon as I seen the soup, I knew exactly what soup that was. You couldn't tell me shit different. I knew exactly what soup that was as soon as he opened up that top. I said, yo. I said, that's my grandma's soup, bro. He was like, Nina, this ain't your damn grandma's soup. I said, I'm trying to tell you. I know my grandma's soup when I see my grandma's soup. I've been watching her make this all of my life. That is my grandmother's soup. Nina, this ain't your grandma's soup. I said, where it come from? And he said where it came from. Because usually it would come from one spot, but they didn't have anything. So what happened was they ended up going to another church. They ended up going to another church and getting donations. Because just so happened, this other church, they were feeding the homeless for a week. And they had too much stuff. So they donated what they had left over to my community service spot, right? And I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you saying. That is my grandmother's soup. I know it when I see it, when I smell it. I taste it. I said, let me taste it. I taste it. I said, bro, this is my grandma's soup. I know her soup when I see it. He said, Nina, this ain't your damn soup. I said, where it come from? He told me the church it came from. Why is my grandma's church? Why is the church I grew up in? The church on the vlogs, y'all. I said, bro, this is my grandma's soup. So I called her. I was like, Grandma, did you make some soup for the church this week? And she was like, yeah. Whatchamacallit came and picked it up yesterday, but he picked it up late. So I don't know if they got to feed the homeless people or not. I said, Grandma, your soup is up here where I'm at right now. She said, oh, are you serious? I said, everybody talking about how they loving and this, that, and the third. He told me, give me the phone. This man takes the phone out my hand. He was already had seen my mama. And he kept picking with me. Talking, I'm going to be your stepdaddy. I'm going to get with your mama. I'm going to be your stepdaddy. I'm like, no, you not. No, you not. No, you not. Like, stop playing with me. He done ate my grandmama's soup. Now, I told y'all, that's where I basically learned how to cook, watching my grandma. So, clearly, grandma know how to throw down. Because y'all done seen the pictures of my food. He get to flirting with my grandma. I said, boy, I was literally chasing him around the kitchen, y'all. And he's laughing while he's flirting with my grandma with the bowl of soup in his other hand. I'm like, you have lost your mind, okay? But it was my grandma's soup, come to find out. And they was like, Nina, can you tell her to make something? No, I cannot. Okay, I'm only up here for a short time, not a fun time. No, I cannot tell her make y'all no soup. So we ate off that soup for 2 days. And they just... oh, Nina, your grandma's soup is so... they couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe it was her soup. But I know my grandma's soup when I see it, though. The fuck you mean? So, last community service story. All right. So, like I said, Virgo man was fine as fuck. Okay, fine as fuck. And we would flirt a lot. But I won't ever think about getting with the man. Like, you like 20-something years older than me. I won't think about getting with the man. But I love when you can teach me stuff. I'm a sapiosexual. So he always kept my attention. And we will always laugh. And we're Virgos. So, I mean, we loud as fuck. Okay? We loud as fuck. So, one day, we had visitors again. But this time, it was the bigwigs. And apparently, like, we was talking shit to each other all day. And that's what we would do. Like, in a fun way, though. And I remember I called him old. And I told him he wasn't going to do shit. And, like, he was showing out in front of the other community service people. Because they didn't know our relationship and how we were. Because everybody came in after me. And I had been there the longest. So, like, me and him had formed a bond. So, everybody just laughing at me and him. Because me and him joking on each other. I was like, you old. You ain't going to do shit. Why this man pick me up, y'all? Okay? Because we was already laughing too loud. Why this man pick me up and slam me on the counter? But he was playing. He didn't slam me. When he did that, I was not expecting it. I busted out laughing. We was all back there laughing, and we were too loud. And the next thing I know, the people from the front came to the back to see what we was doing, because they could hear us in the front. And corporate could hear us in the front. The big wigs, they could hear us in the front. And the next day, they separated us. They said that we were not allowed to talk to each other unless it had anything to do with community service work. And that's how it was until I left. They made sure that we did not speak to each other or interact with each other unless it had to do with community service work. And I only had like a week and some change left, but it felt so weird, bro. And it was starting to get boring. I'm like, this shit sucks, bro. But he would sneak every once in a while towards the end. He would sneak every once in a while and come over there and talk to me. So before I did leave community service, we did add each other on Facebook. I want to say we got each other's numbers too. I'm not sure. But we did add each other on Facebook, and we would check on each other every once in a while. So we talking about from 2010 to 2020, we would speak every once in a while. Me not realizing he's watching me from afar on Facebook. Because I don't do that. So I don't be thinking people be doing that to me. But people do that shit to me all the time, I'm finding out. People be sitting up there checking my Facebook every day. Checking my YouTube every day. Checking my Instagram every day. I'm like, damn. Okay. Gracious. But I didn't know he was watching me from afar. So one day he randomly hits me up. Hey, Blue. Still calling me Blue. Hey, Blue. I'm like, what's up? And he was like, I ain't seen you in a minute. He said we should really link up. Because he was working in my old city. But he don't live in my old city. He's like, we should link up. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I'm like, well, where do you want to meet? So we ended up meeting at City Park. And I brought Marley with me. He fell in love with Marley. It's hard not to fall in love with Marley, okay? It really is. It's hard not to fall in love with her. So he was taking her for walks and stuff. So Marley falling in love with him. I'm like, Lord gracious. So we had a fun time at the park. We was catching up, and he's seeing where I'm at in life. Now, you know, I'm heavy into my spirituality. I was getting into it at the point in time when I met him. So that's not something I shared with him. But, at this point, 2020, shorty was full-fledged in that shit. I'm telling everybody about it, okay? And, like, he would try to learn some things. Some stuff he thought was interesting, and some stuff he was like, no, that's bullshit. I'm like, don't insult what I do. On top of, I forgot to tell y'all, he's a theologist. He has a degree in studying the Bible. So, we ended up meeting up again at City Park. And I think this time he bought Marley some bones, some treats or something. People always buying Marley something, okay? My baby is a little angel. But, we had a good time. He was like, next time we link up, he said we should, like go out to eat, just me and you. I was like, all right, fine, that's cool. So that's when y'all started finding out back in 2020, 2021, I was going out on dates with the Virgo man. And we were enjoying ourselves and trust me when I said the spot he took me to, they have fire brick oven pizza. Y'all know pizza is my favorite food. Oh my God. When I say that's some damn good ass pizza. Damn good ass pizza. He would always get different stuff, and I'd be like, oh, what's that? Oh, let me try this. And he was like, well, let me try a slice of pizza. So, like, that's just how we were. Like, we would have our debates. We would have our beer or our water or whatever. And we just be kicking it, chopping it up, vibing. Okay? Like I said, it's always a vibe. So, he started getting more and more flirtatious. And I'm just thinking, he's just being flirtatious because that's just how he is. I'm not thinking the man really likes me. I be so naive when it come to men liking me or their feelings towards me or if a man loves me. I be so naive because I be in my own head so much, okay? Especially before this year, I be in my own head so much that I don't even be thinking they even like me like that because I be like, don't do something stupid. Don't say something stupid. Like, I be in my head. I don't even be realizing you're treating me special. How about you say, Nina, you special? Okay, communication could take us a long way. That's all I'm saying. So I remember it was like our next to our last date, I think. And I found out how he started working at the community service spot. I actually learned a lot about him on these dates that I did not know before. So he started working at the community service spot because he actually used to be in the community service program. He had to serve his community service there. And I was like, what the fuck you mean you had to serve your community service there? He was like, yeah, I had to serve community service. So come to find out, he was in the army. I forgot for how long, but he was getting paper. I think 16 years. Okay, I know he was close to his 20. I know he was close to his 20-year mark. And he caught some charges. I was like, well, what the fuck happened? So, this is what happened. He said, like I said, the man found his wine, okay? He was married. He ended up getting divorced. So, I mean, what is a man that's getting divorced in the military going to do? They going to fuck around. So, that's what he was doing. He was, you know what I'm saying? The ladies, man, he was fucking around. He was allowed to do so. But he said, just so happened, when he got real close to that 20-year mark, and you know that's when you really get paper. He said this girl came back 2 years later and said that he raped her. I said, what? Fuck no. That is not in that man's character. I was so heated. I'm like, this bitch sat up here and lied on you, ruined your military career, tried to ruin your life, this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, that shit is not fucking cool. Like, I hate shit like that. Like, stop fucking playing victim. I hate when females play fucking victim, yo. That shit irks the hell out of me. Whether it's sexual assault or whether it's, a man putting his hands on you. When I say I hate when females play victim, I don't mean if, yo, you innocent. Okay, clearly, the shit I've been through, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the ones that provoke the man or go and lie on the man and he ain't do that shit just to fuck up his life because he don't want to fuck with you no more. I hate that shit, bro. So I was so heated. I was ready to go into activism mode. He was like, well, Nina, I moved past it and this, that, and the third. He was like, the girl lied on me and that's just what it was. Pissed the fuck off. I was pissed. I'm like, that's fucked up, bro. Like, she really could have completely ruined your life. He was like, she did, but he put it back together the best way that he could. So, I want to say it was 2021. And it was our last date at our spot, our special spot. We met there every week, yo. And that man would treat me good, walk me to my car, everything, every week. Like, the people expected to see us, okay? They expected to see us. So, our last date, our last date there, he was like, we should do something different. I was like, what's up? And he was like, you should come over to my house. And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, yeah. He was like, come over to my house. I was like, maybe I could cook or something. He said, I'll get some wine. And, grown people shit. Okay, real grown people shit. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. He was like, you can even bring Marley if you want to. Oh, really? Anybody that say Marley can come too? You good with me? I said, yeah, let's do that. So at this point in time, this is when I was heavy on making my homemade pizzas that I kept posting. So I was like, I'm going to make you a homemade pizza. And he was like, oh, okay. So I get dressed. I get cute. I put on a dress. Okay? I put on a dress. All right? I actually posted the picture on the Virgo Garden, I want to say Facebook page. And y'all was congratulating me like, Nina, enjoy your date and this, that, and the third. Okay? I get there. He treats me like a lady. All right, he got the wine, he got the jazz music on. The man even bought me a fucking, I don't even know what you call that shit. Okay, cause he know, everybody know I love smoke weed. I got a blunt sitting here waiting for me right now, so I can edit this shit when I'm done. Okay. It was a pre-roll though. It was a pre-roll. I think they call it white boys. The white papers. It was a pre-roll one of those. And I was like, oh, you bought me some weed? You were so sweet. Cause I thought he actually went, pulled up on a nigga, like, got a bag. But he got a pre-roll. I was like, yo. Like, he really went out his way. And I was like, I appreciate this. You making me feel special. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for too much. You ain't got to take me to no fancy restaurant. Invite me over. Let's cook. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what he did. Had the music on. He ain't had no candles lit, but light a couple candles for the girl. Okay. I'll cook. Had a wine. He bought me weed. Like this, it was lit. It was a vibe. And I love jazz music. And then he was playing people I hadn't heard of, or I've heard of them and hadn't heard their work. So I was real excited about that. He's showing me his house. I'm really walking around his house. He's like, yeah, I got this when I was in Korea, and I got this when I was in this spot. I'm like, yo, your house look like a museum. Okay, y'all know how Virgos do. So we enjoying ourselves. It's lit. We go out on the balcony. Marley's excited because Marley had never been on a balcony before. That was her first time on a balcony. Marley loved the balcony. She was like, we're outside, but we're still in the house. So like, she was amazed, right? So we sitting there waiting for the pizza. Matter of fact, I went in the kitchen before we went out on the balcony so I could smoke. And he poured up my wine. He's being flirtatious. He's rubbing all on my shoulders and my arms, watching me, chop up the vegetables and stuff. And we're having conversation. And I noticed something was off. I picked up in my intuition. Something is off. Even when I went back to look at that picture I posted, you can see I was uncomfortable. Something was off. And when I took the picture, I didn't know at the point in time what was off. But I could see on my face, I was uncomfortable and something was off. So, I showed him the pizza, hooked the pizza up. He was like, yeah, that looks real good. Put it in the oven. Boom. I already know how long it's going to be in there. It's long enough for me to smoke. So we go out on the balcony. I got my wine. He got the music playing. Marley's excited. He's over there looking at me with the dreamy eyes. And I'm sitting over there in my dress, sipping my wine, smoking my blunt, enjoying myself, right? So I check the time. The pizza's ready. Go get the pizza out. We sit down. We eat the pizza. We're enjoying ourselves. And then I start thinking in my head, exactly at what point in time am I supposed to get up and leave? Okay? Because I don't do this on the regular. Lots of people be after me, but I don't take offers like that. I really don't. Like recently, I've been asked out on a date in the last month and some change. I think I've been asked out on a date at least 6-7 times by like 4 or 5 people. Okay? Listen, it ain't go on that one date, bro. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm really not into it. I'm really not. And I'm not going to sit here and force myself to go out on a date just to say I went out on a fucking date. I want to go on a date with somebody I really want to go on a date with and have fun. Okay? So, I don't know the proper protocol, y'all. I don't. Okay? You talking about somebody that's really been in hermit mode a lot of their life, even though I've been around a lot of people a lot of my life too. But we talking about the last few years, I've really been on introvert shit, like not around people like that. So I'm like, I don't know the proper protocol when I'm supposed to get up and leave. And he was like, come sit on the couch with me. I'm going to put on another jazz album. Okay, cool. So he's sitting on the left side, by the arm of the couch. And I'm sitting like in the middle of the couch. He was like, come closer. Okay, I'll come closer. Let me pour you some more wine. Okay, pour me some more wine. I was like, but not so much because, I got to drive and stuff. And so, next thing I know, he get to rubbing on my arms and stuff again. And he get to rubbing on my shoulders. Rubbing all down my arms. Mind you, my arms is out. So, at first, I'm like, okay, this is nice. But then I realized you still rubbing on me, bro. Okay? I know my skin is super soft. Yes, I know. Been told plenty of times how soft my skin is. I get it. It's very soft skin. You want to touch it. It's very pretty. I get it. But you still rubbing, though. You ain't even asked, could you rub, though? Okay? So, I'm real uncomfortable at this point in time. And then, I get through my second glass, or maybe that was my third. I don't remember. I think it was my second glass. He tries to pour me some more wine. I'm like, no, I gotta drive. I'm good. And that's when I started realizing, you're trying to get me fucked up so you could have sex with me. I was very uncomfortable. So now I'm thinking in my head, how the fuck I'm gonna get up out of this house, okay, safely and unharmed? Because now it's rolling in my head these charges that you got. And then I'm thinking about this debate I had with some of the people on YouTube and Facebook back in 2020 about that word called coercion. Okay? So it's called sexual, and I don't even know how to really say that word. Y'all know I'll be tongue twisted like a mug. Sexual coercion. Okay? I'm saying it wrong, but still, y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. Okay? And I was like, this is what the fuck them people was talking about. Mind you, I've been in that position before. But I didn't say nothing. And that's why I'm like, you can't put that charge on somebody as rape. I understand it means to persuade, to force, this, that, and the third. Trying to get someone to have sex with you, even though I understand that. But like I said, and even getting put back in that position, after I said it publicly on 2 different social media platforms, I still stand on what the fuck I said. It is not rape if they're trying to persuade you. Sexual coercion or whatever, however you say it, is still not rape to me. And I still got put in a position like that after the fact. I said it publicly on 2 different social medias. And I still feel the same way. Because like I said, you still have an opportunity to say no. And until you say no, okay, you have to communicate that shit. You have to. You have to communicate that shit. And once you do, then it makes it legal, whatever. But if you sit there and you say nothing, I hate to have to say it because it's harsh as fuck. But like I said, I've been in a position where I sat there and I ain't say nothing. I allowed it to happen. But it was with my ex-fiance. That shit is still on you. You are the only one responsible for protecting yourself and your energy. So guess what Nina did? Come on, Marley, let's go, baby. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. I got my ass the fuck up out of there. And he trying to persuade me to stay, trying to get me to come back another time. No, I'm good. Kept hitting me up. I ignored that ass. I'm good. Now I'm thinking maybe that girl that came back 2 years later, it took her 2 years to come back because she was so fucking traumatized. Now, I didn't say that it was okay. I just said you can't call that shit rape. Rape is not trying to persuade. Rape is straight force. And he did time for rape. And I don't agree that that was rape. I don't. But was it the fuck wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely. It was absolutely the fuck wrong. So, babies, this is why it is important to set boundaries. Y'all, I'm so happy I got this shit over with. I think I was nervous because it's somebody I told y'all about and it was good. Then y'all just stopped hearing me speak about the entire situation. And that is why I'm glad I finally got this off of my chest. I can finally start healing from this because I told y'all with the solar eclipse, something was going to come up that was triggering this weekend. I didn't even know this was still triggering to me until about 3-4 days ago. I checked my notifications in my email and I saw his name. And how I felt when I saw his name let me know, Nina, you still got some work to do. Now, like I told y'all, the only person responsible for protecting you was you. You got to step up. You got to protect yourself, even if you're scared, even if you feel uncomfortable, even if you feel like you might blow an opportunity. You still got to protect yourself because at the end of the day, we are all worthy of the bare minimum, which is respect. All right, babies. I'm your girl, Virgo Garden. If you didn't know that shit, I bet you know that shit now. How to follow me, how to book me, and how to get my wonderful, beautiful, amazing products that you all love so much will be down below in the description box. I love you, babies. This is another one. Okay, I'm like, this is another one down. There's something else we're going to work on healing and getting out the way. Thank God this one ain't too deep. But it has got to be said. Sexual coercion, or however you say it, is not fucking rape. And you have got to speak up for yourself. You have the right to speak up for yourself. You have the right to defend yourself. I don't care against who or for what. I do not care against who or for what. You have the right. Stop allowing people, and definitely heal that inner child, because this is where it comes from, make you feel small. If you still in your adulthood and you're allowing people to make you feel small, it's because it's things that you need to go back to that inner child and heal. Whatever came up this weekend that was triggering, I'ma need for y'all to work on healing it. They brought it up for a reason. We are not going into 2024 allowing things from our past and that we have experienced to block us from our destiny. Because at the end of the day, our destiny is the fucking finish line. You got to do what you got to do to get there. Understand things are going to happen that are going to try to break you down, that are going to try to stop you, that are going to try to block you. But you still got to keep going. Tap into that Godfidence. And remember that you are worthy. You are worthy of anything that you desire. But don't you ever fucking forget, for the rest of your life, the bare minimum that you are worthy of is respect. And if they can't give it to you, then you don't need them. I said think about it. Love you, babies. Mwah.